Hey everybody, I'm back. So, there's still a bit more to do here.
I got this.
I will resist! I will defend my dream.
Damn you! Beautiful. Let's see what we can do.
Prepare yourself!
The inheritor, guide my blade!
Flesh Terror. This +5 spiked light shield grants its fire +2 insight bonus on attack and damage rolls against living enemies. More of those tiles. Secret door.
Pretty good, aren't I?
I finished here. Is there more?
Extremely close but unseen, huh? That's weird. See invisibility. What about true seeing, though? Oh, she doesn't know true seeing communal yet. Alright, well let's use that. No, still nothing.
Anything new?
As if there's someone extremely close but unseen. Well, there's nothing else over here.
Desna, guide my hand.
Holy shit.
Cover me, all right?
Disappear.
AC 70?
Surrender, or else!
See, immunities: mind affecting, fear, compulsion, emotion, poison, disease, charm, daze, stun, death, sleep, ability score, damage, drain, negative, cold, nauseated, fatigued, sickened, prone, invisible.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Gotcha. Greater kinetic diadem. Nothing particularly notable, looks like. Guess that was just there to be like a bonus boss.
Distract them for me. This is my kind of work.
Still not sure what this is supposed to be.
Here we go.
And that just brings me back to the entrance. Anything that I missed? Oh. I guess I never went this way for some reason. Huh. I think those boulders were supposed to do something. Not sure why they didn't, though. Ooh, is that another midnight bolt? That reminds me.
No glory without risk!
Angel's Heart. This amulet grants its wearer a 30-foot aura that can be activated, granting all allies a +1 bonus to AC, and allowing them to ignore any damage reduction on attacks against demons. This aura can be active for 10 plus the wearer's charisma modifier rounds per day. +1 competence bonus on saving throws against confusion spells. Increases sneak attack by 1d6. No, it doesn't look like there's any way to get down there.
Is that a trap?
Huh. Whose room is this? Maybe I'll come back to that later. Alderpash? Who's that again? The room you're in looks more like a palace than a prison. Every part of it is impeccably clean, despite the fact that the cell's inhabitant has been dead for millennia. Words coming out of the dead man's mouth catch you off guard. Why, hello there, my dear. I've been waiting and waiting, wondering what my guest was up to and why he hasn't shown up yet. Don't be shy, have a seat and eat to your heart's content. When you're someone important, you don't talk business standing up now, do you? And we do indeed have business to discuss. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Alderpash, Rune Lord of Wrath, a destroyer and a conqueror, the great tyrant of Bakrakan. Doesn't ring any bells? I understand. Many millennia have passed, and all of them I've spent in this prison as Baphomet's captive. It's been a while since I've strolled around Galarian. My heart was still beating back then. It wasn't until later that I became a lich. Wasn't fond of the idea of dying a prisoner here, you see. Well, that's all besides the point. The guards tipped me off that you had barged into this prison, and I thought fate might bring you to my doorstep. I've been expecting you since. A marvelous find! I've long been looking for a sufficiently old but sentient undead specimen to test my theory about the onset of post-mortem senility. Yoo-hoo, Mr. Mummy, we're going to run a few cognitive tests. I will say a word. Trust me, young lady, I'm in no danger of going senile. But I like you. You remind me of an acquaintance of mine. It's been such a long, long time. She was good, both at work and... But this is no time for reminiscence, and even less so for experiments. Rumors about you have been going around the abyss for a while now. Rumors fly free, you see. Can't snare them, can't cage them. Even down here in the deepest dungeons, a tale flies by every now and again about the time you took Dresden from the demons, or about the time a goddess and a demon came to coax you to their side. I've long since wanted to see you for myself and take your measure. Let's see. You can't fool me. You're no human, you're a shapeshifter. And an odd one at that. Not a fae, not some transmuter, but a fox in human form. What a fascinating creature. I've never even heard tell of anyone like you. I want to know more about you. By all means, I see no reason not to tell you. I've got some impressive stories to share. I was a great tyrant in life, the good folk were scared witless of me, and in death, as you can see, my power is nothing to sniff at. I continue my explorations on magic, the kind that your generation knows nothing about. Go ahead, my dear, ask away. So we have a common enemy in Baphomet? Indeed. Alas, I haven't had the pleasure of wounding him by my own hand, although I dearly love to spill his guts. Yes, I've heard about your feat. Ever since he rushed back to his abyssal realm and locked himself up in his citadel, everyone's been going on and on about you, my dear. What kind of mortal is this that managed to injure our mighty lord? He won't soon forget you. He may be ancient, but he's such a child at heart. He's been the same ever since he was created. All he cares about are his grudges. Asmodeus wounded him, Lamashtu left him, Descari doesn't see him as his equal, Nocticula refused to bed him. He's a walking collection of scars. His wounds are his essence. So you take heed now. Poor thing. He must be so sad and lonely. People think the demons are made of hatred and malice, but really they're made of pain and sorrow. If only we could help them. But we can't. You're right, a demon's life is never-ending torment, and each one takes revenge for their suffering on everyone around them, and they'll just keep on doing it because those like me are few and far between. Most of them will never change their ways. If only we could talk to each of the demons. If I could only free them from the abyss. Tell me about your great accomplishments. They don't teach you youngsters anything these days. Then listen well. 10,000 years ago, there was a great empire of Thassalon, and no nation of today could hold a candle to its glory. It was led by Emperor Jin in accordance with the 7 virtues of rule. His reign was long but ended in tragedy. Jin was deposed by 7 stewards who then split Thassalon between them. They twisted the virtues of rule for the sake of their ever-growing power, and created the magic of the 7 vices. By the way, those spells of yours, all those silly schools, they were all based on our concepts, except you lot have lost track of their substance, the power itself, over the centuries. These 7 great mages of yore called themselves the Rune Lords, the first of whom was me, Alderpash, Lord of Bakraken, Rune Lord of Wrath. I'm not going to list all my deeds, that would be boastful. Let's just say I've spilled enough blood to fill all the rivers on Galarian, and the tears my actions brought could fill the same thrice over. Yes, my reign was grand and glorious, and they would tremble at the mention of my name for many centuries to come. You don't look like a villain to me. Why, that's because I'm not one. They just call me that. And for what? Was putting 7,000 slaves on stakes for their rebellion an act of villainy? I had the well-being of others in mind. I gave them a warning so they wouldn't die a horrible death. As for plundering neighboring kingdoms and beheading my servants, there's no evil in that at all. That's just the daily life of any ruler. I am prone to fits of temper, yes, but only when there's a good reason. If someone failed me, I'd smite them without mercy, it's true. But such lack of restraint is a part of my power and my talent. That's just how we Rune Lords of Wrath are. I remember about 1,000 years or so after I was first thrown in here, a woman by the name of Alasnist came to visit. She was a fierce one, too. Ripped my skull off and took it with her as a trophy. Ha ha! Then she went to Bakraken, found the one who was Rune Lord of Wrath at the time, the third one after me, executed his wife and 7 children, and made the ruler himself into an undead. She kept whispering into my skull, asking for advice. She really took a shine to me. She was something, that one. The last Rune Lord of Wrath in history, mind you. So I'm not angry with her about the skull. Why would I be? I was reborn from my phylactery anyway, good as new. I want to learn more about your magic research. Oh, my dear, I've been keeping busy with all sorts of things over the centuries. I bet you youngsters haven't even heard a whisper about our magic of sin. When Baphomet locked me in here, he wrapped me up in his spells good and tight. The enchantment was so powerful it bound my soul to this very cell. The things I've attempted to circumvent his handiwork, conjuring golems to spread my power beyond the walls of this prison, moving my consciousness into other bodies, so many minds obliterated in that particular effort, and all for naught. When I grew desperate, I whipped up some fanciful undead just to vex Baphomet and lay waste to his jail. Must have slaughtered half the labyrinth, then stopped. It was too much of a hassle. I'm just bragging at this point. For you to understand my discoveries, you'd have to study as my apprentice for an age or two. You know what kind of education mages used to get? Far beyond anything they teach these days. Needless to say, I've hidden my most valuable creations and treasures far from this place, so that Baphomet can't get his hands on any of them. The guards assigned to me were so kind as to accept a modest bribe and carry them out of the prison to stow somewhere safe. His phylactery, however, was not one of them. Your knowledge tells you that Alderpash could not have removed his greatest treasure from the prison, as it contains his very soul. Baphomet's magic would make no distinction between the phylactery and the Lich's physical body. Where do you keep your phylactery? What a curious question. And what, pray tell, do you need this knowledge for, my dear? Methinks you shouldn't be troubling that clever young head of yours with secrets like that. Let's say you find out where it is, then what? Let's say you destroy it, but why would you? We're not enemies, we're allies. Besides, you couldn't find it if you tried. I'm no buffoon. My phylactery is hidden in a safe place far from here. His soft, harmless chuckle could have fooled many, but you notice his hand twitching as soon as you mention the phylactery. Now everything is clear. You spring chickens are all so hasty. Wait until your hair goes white, then you'll see how little was actually clear to you in your youth. Tell me about the ineluctable prison. Well, what are you interested in, my dear? I know a fair bit. My guards, you see, some of them like coin and some are just afraid of me, so they tell me everything. I listen to their confessions each and every day. That's why I know all about the secret paths through this here maze, and a thing or two about the inmates. How do I find my way through the labyrinth? Well, what do you think demonic pathways are for? Had you seen the arcane symbols inscribed all over the place? Those fiendish scribbles are the portals you need. They tie all the cells together, and the demons hop right through them. If there's a place you need that's of any importance whatsoever, it'll have a magical symbol like that. I'm looking for Iomedae's herald. He is being held here. The noisy fellow? Honestly, all that screaming. I know they're torturing him, but still. I wish I could take his melodious throat and weld it shut with white-hot lead so he'd stop bothering everyone else. But no, can't get to him. They're holding him in the most secure torture room of all, and the warden always keeps the coveted key close by. I need to find the key to the herald's cell. Looking for the key? Where else would it be if not on the prison warden's belt? When you get to killing her, do make her suffer, will you? You'd make an old man happy. Who in this prison can help me fight Baphomet? Oh my dear, this dungeon is full of those who wish Baphomet ill. There's a catch though, most of them are dead as mutton. Not like me, I mean, properly dead. Their bones are dust, nothing but a ghost left. They're not going anywhere. That's the magic of the ineluctable prison for you. They sit here all locked up and cry. Oh, how they cry. And when the angel was brought in to be tortured, they all found themselves a cranny to hide in. Take a peek between the stones. You might find someone who can tell you something useful. Tell me about the history of this place. The ineluctable prison is Baphomet's favorite toy, but no matter how much he brags about it, it's not of his making. Back when Baphomet was still a lusty young goat, he was itching to impress his mother and lover Lamashtu, and he thought stealing the Prince of Darkness's most treasured scepter was a fantastic idea. Like any other foolish endeavor, it all ended in tears. Asmodeus caught the thief by the horns, gave him a good spanking, burned his cattle brand on Baphomet's forehead, and threw him into the ivory labyrinth to rot in darkness and utter rancor. That's where the Prince of Darkness made his blunder. As my subjects knew well, before imprisoning a thief one should cut off both their hands, for that is the only way to wean them off this awful habit. Baphomet called to his esteemed mother, but Lamashtu refused to save such an embarrassment, and our little goat was left all alone. I don't know what he did to get the demon lord Ereshkigal's attention, but she took a sudden interest in his troubles and gave him a clue about how to escape. Don't go thinking she's some paragon of mercy, however. She's still a demon, and her gift was poisoned. In his attempts to make sense of Ereshkigal's words, our goat drove himself quite insane, which undoubtedly brought his benefactor a great deal of entertainment. Yet he managed to solve her riddle, and once he did, he stole the ivory labyrinth and brought it to the abyss. He couldn't leave, you know, such was Asmodeus's will, but technically he never left. He was still in the maze, a true rascal. The labyrinth became the heart of the realm that he formed in the abyss after his escape. He must have been feeling nostalgic about the good old days. How else can you explain the fact that he turned the seal burned on his brow by Asmodeus into his second personal symbol? I guess the little hornhead misses the good old days when he was tortured on the Prince of Darkness's rack. How did you end up here? I was betrayed, my dear. Sorshan, Rune Lord of Lust, was nothing compared to me, yet she wanted to take my place as the leader, and found a source of truly legendary powers. Naturally, I was furious, and thought I'd do away with the upstart. To even the odds, I made a deal with Baphomet. I borrowed a part of his might and promised to give him Sorshan when I was done playing with her. Oh, she was a wild one. But the Lord of Beasts came to me and demanded payment when I was just putting my cunning plans into motion. It goes without saying that Baphomet was more interested in taking me instead of some Sorshan. So under the pretext of me breaking the terms of our pact, he seized me. A show of treachery on his part, yes, but what else could you expect from a demon? Not all prisoners are allowed this kind of luxury. Don't be fooled. This is all just Baphomet's idea of a joke. That weasel wants to remind me every day how much I lost when he captured me. He went to the trouble of making my cell look exactly like my chambers in Pakraken. My dear, sometimes I take one look at it and I just... He stops mid-sentence, clenching his fists until they crack, and you notice signs of repeated, rigorous restoration all around. Looks like Alderpash has had a number of fits of temper over the centuries of imprisonment. Judging by the garishly rich and somewhat tasteless interior of Alderpash's chambers, the notion of luxury hasn't changed much over the years of his confinement. I rolled a 1. What sort of business do you have with me? Here's the thing, I've grown weary of sitting here, and I can't escape. I've tried so many things, every trick in the book. Nothing. Baphomet placed enchantments on me that hold me in this cell and utterly refuse to let me walk out the door. And anti-magic spells have never been my forte. I've always believed incineration to be the best defense against enemy sorcery, and here I am languishing in here. Would you, my dear, kindly help me escape? I'd make it worth your while. What do you say? What kind of payment will I get for helping you? I have something that could prove useful to you. Back when I still lived, I was interested in a certain plane called Iomedae. A remarkable place, a chimera of sorts, the graveyard for dead planets. Getting there is tricky, but I managed to capture one of the guardians of that plane. I wore them down in a torture chamber, wringing some of their knowledge from them before they perished. Well, this is part of the rune of Iomedae that offers protection from chaos. A substantial asset in the war with the demons, don't you think? Help me regain my freedom and I'll teach you or your servants how to inscribe this rune. What will you do if you get out of here? Well, first I'll get my kingdom back. I'll enslave the populace, conquer my neighbors, maybe commit genocide against some particularly unruly nation, build myself an army by taking children from their mothers and putting the latter to the sword. Orphans make for loyal troops, you know. I'll clap everyone else in irons and make them work without a moment's rest until my coffers are overflowing. Those who are useless in both war and work will be cut down in mass sacrifices. Basically, I'll make myself comfortable and lead a quiet existence without bothering anyone. Uh-huh. I won't help you. Young people are so quick to judge. I was so close to swearing that the misdeeds I'll commit when I'm free won't affect you. Think about this some more, my dear. No rash actions now. I have to go. Yes, yes, off you go, my dear. Yeah, I don't know where his phylactery would be, and I kinda need that to kill him.
beautiful.
Yeah. Continues on, so maybe there's a way through there. So far, there's nothing in here that even hints at the solutions to these tile puzzles. God damn it.
Here comes trouble. Are you still here? Damn, son!
Make your peace.
of icy prison mess. Scroll of old monster mess. Scroll of old monster. Scroll of icy prison. Scroll of confusion. See. Oh, there's the last mask. Deadly Rays. This +5 Haramaki grants its wearer a +4 insight bonus on ranged touch attack rolls. Oh, so she can wear that. Then that might be better suited to her since she makes more ranged touch attacks. I think she does anyway. Yeah, I think I found everything I can for now. Whoop. How did I miss that?
Got this one.
The tall shadow shifts toward you slightly. You see a familiar form with familiar golden armor, but how much has changed? A malevolent glow streams from the pierced breastplate and cracked helmet, but the change goes much deeper than that. All signs of life and emotion have been drained from the hand of the inheritor. His movements are sharp and precise, mechanical, the gestures impersonal and hollow, as is his voice. Commander Reynard, I have been waiting for you. The Lord of the Labyrinth has revealed his plan to me. He used me to open portals to your lands. He said my soul reached out to you. I do not know why, out of vengeance or as a plea for help, or perhaps merely out of habit. Baphomet told me you would come for me and said he would prevail either way, whether I destroy you or you destroy me. Former allies tearing each other to shreds can only benefit him. Oh no, poor Mr. Angel. Curious, most curious indeed. What's that black liquid that's oozing out of you? Blood? Unlikely. Hold on now, don't move. I need to take a sample. Definitely not blood. Phlegm? Sap? Ectoplasm? It's closest to sap. Hypothesis, some angels are of plant origin. Angel of light, what has that monster done to you? I've seen those who have fallen low because of their own foolishness, because of others' temptations, my own temptations, but you never even had a choice. You have not made a single mistake, yet you have been corrupted by brute force. What has Baphomet done to you? He killed me without letting me die. The Echo of Doskari gave him some suggestions on how to sustain me and how to use me further. We'll save you. I don't know how. We'll think of something. Just hold on. I know what it's like when you're not yourself anymore, but you can't die. This isn't the end. Fight this. Do you hear me? Fight it and everything will be alright. That Baphomet is one crafty thief. He snatched a labyrinth from Asmodeus and a herald from Iomedae. He'll be swiping for Rasma's throne next at this rate. This behavior is more characteristic of magpies than of goats. Note to self, next time I see Baphomet, carefully examine him for any signs of a beak or feathers. I can give you your heart back. Strange. I can feel it aching. But it does not matter. I cannot give in to the pain. It has been determined that I will battle you, and that is what I will do. Everything has been leading to this. The inevitable hour has come.
Let's prove their logic is lacking.
Good guys always win. On it, team, go!
Time to share your treasures!
On it, team, go! got this.
Cover me, all right?
The former angel falls to one knee, but even now his movements are lifeless, apathetic. One who has no heart knows no pain. The end is near, as expected. No more, I'll bring you back to life. The heartbeat in your hand grows stronger as you bring the heart closer to his chest. A beat, and another, and then, miraculously, it rushes toward the broken breastplate and takes its rightful place within the chest of the hand of the inheritor. What is this? Why does it hurt so much? Why? I know why. My own betrayal is tearing at my heart. Champion, my true friend, is it really you standing before me? Can it be that you have restored life to the one who doubted you in the darkest hour? But why? I deserve no forgiveness. You are forgiven. Let's forget all this. You forgive me, even though I treated you harshly. But I cannot forgive myself. I let a Lord of the Abyss turn me into a tool for evil, and I will not easily rid myself of this shame. I cannot return to my lady now. I must go into exile to purge my soul of sorrow, doubt, misery, and uncertainty. I have sunk too low. I am too lost. But thanks to you, I have a chance of finding the path of truth again someday. Farewell, champion. May the gods' grace shine upon you. Is that really it? There you are. Hepzimira, Baphomet's daughter and now a disembodied ghost, lets out a half moan, half growl. Her skull is crushed, her wound exposing a gleam of white bone, and one eye dangles precariously from its socket. A broken wheeze escapes the throat of the once majestic and fearsome warrior. He's stopped screaming. What a relief, he's finally shut his mouth. Did Father send you to torture me? Why? Why would he do that? I served him well. You shouldn't have put your faith in your father. That old piece of shit turned his back on me, on the best of his brood. I sacrificed my own mother to him, and then did so with hundreds of my brothers and sisters, and this is how he repays me. When he made me his archpriestess, he said that title would grant me protection of a rare kind. Every archpriest of a demon lord may summon their master in their hour of need, and the master must answer the call. They'll come, for they simply cannot refuse. Such is the power of the pact between the demon lord and their archpriest. But my father came just to betray me. Why? I bet he was helping his new favorite, the one that took my place, because that bitch Vorlish is precious to him. I hate him. I hate them both. What are you doing here? Hiding. They say being the daughter of Baphomet is a great gift, but like all of my father's gifts, it was poisoned. That poison is known as mortality. I'm a Nephilim, and unlike demons, I must share the fate of the most worthless minions of the Lord of Beasts. Upon death, the souls of all his slaves are bound here, and I'll remain in this torment forevermore. Guess what? I'm still alive. I'm awfully glad I'm not a ghost with a hole in my head. Enjoy it while you can. Today I'm dead, tomorrow you will be too. You don't look quite as proud and self-assured as before. All those pathetic wretches, the executioners and jailers that used to grovel to me, begging for my favor, now they're getting even with me. They hound me and torment me. I'm hiding here to avoid them. A little while ago they began torturing that lousy angel, your friend, and his screaming. Whenever I heard his scream, it felt as if my ghostly flesh were falling apart, and it hurt. You poor thing. I'm sorry you've had to suffer so much. I don't have time to talk to you. Then get out. I'm not the one who came here to gloat.
This is my kind of work.
Maybe I'll go see what this guy... What happens if I agree to free him? My word, magnanimity is a rare gift, my dear. I thoroughly approve of it, you know, although I possess none of it. I prefer vindictiveness and profiteering. Or maybe you are partial to self-interest yourself. If that's the case, have no doubt I'll reward you for your assistance handsomely. I've heard they have a rather curious scroll in this maze's sanctum. The spell it holds will cancel out any magic around it, and its power is formidable. A handy little thing, wouldn't you say? The only problem is the scroll was written using a special Osirian cipher that hardly anyone is familiar with. It's a good thing I've had a penchant for languages from a young age. Bring me this scroll and it just might break Baphomet's magic. Oh. Indeed. Go ahead, show me. Yes, that's it. Mighty spell to be sure, but it doesn't quite cut it. The goddess Wadjet, while powerful, dwells far from this place. Baphomet, why, he's right here. His prescription still hangs above my head, utterly unchanged. We really should have educated our slaves better. The arcane arts have been all but lost over the ages. We need another approach, my dear. Power has failed to help us, but perhaps a clever trick will. Baphomet's decree was that I couldn't leave these chambers without his will. Well, then get me his will. A special little key he gave to his warden. It can unlock any cell in this jail, any of its locks, such as the magic it holds. Then perhaps it can trick the incantation that's holding me here. Baphomet was the one who gave her the key. You could say it carries part of his will. And if it unlocks the door, won't that mean that Baphomet has released me? I got the warden's key. All right, my dear, let's see if it works. Nothing. No luck, my dear. No matter how hard I try to turn the cursed thing to open the door, it won't budge. Looks like you've knocked off the warden for nothing. Even her magic key can't remove Baphomet's edict. But perhaps you have the strength to wrestle with the Hornhead's will. Why not? You stabbed him once before. Perhaps you'll come through this time, too. Perform some miracle that can free me and do away with his enchantments. May the chains fall. The words stick in your throat. You can barely breathe. Your own power is reluctant to obey you. It refuses to awaken. It's impossible to tell whether it's the labyrinth that's suppressing it or something else. Having trouble, my dear? I can see that you are. Don't you fret, though. Happens to everybody. I don't know what to ask of you anymore. I've tried everything. I can't overcome Baphomet's will. Looks like my last hope is going to be the death of my captor. Once you vanquish him, his spell will weaken, his decree will be no more, and I'll find a way out somehow. Swear to me, my dear, that you will kill the Lord of Beasts. Just honor the old man's request, will you? Give me your word, no trickery. I'll take your oath and reward you as was promised. I can tell by the look in your eyes that my tasks have worn you out. Why didn't it work? Well, what were you expecting, my dear? Baphomet is a demon lord, after all. He's got his own powers to match yours. Good effort, though. Quite impressive. Why do you need my word? Now, don't underestimate the power of a promise. Manifestation is a great force in any branch of magic. Baphomet spoke a word, and magic was born, so strong that even you can't overcome it. As long as Baphomet lives, that is. And once he's dead, that's where your promise will come in. Swear to me that you'll wring the Hornhead's neck and let me go. Soon as your oath is fulfilled, I'll be free. By the way, the part about wringing his neck, that was in a figurative sense. I'd rather you killed him slowly so that he feels every bit of it, the swine. I swear to destroy Baphomet so that all his prisoners go free. That was well said, my dear. We will assume you have been as helpful as you can, but that should be enough. There you go, my dear. This is your reward. The sign of Jandalay, the great barrier to shield you from the forces of chaos. Use it to keep crushing those demons. This old man won't keep you any longer. Spirit of freedom tickles my dead heart. I just can't stay put anymore. I'm going to have a grand old time, and all of Galarian will soon hear about it. Yeah, I don't think I should have done that.
Hey, Socio, if you paint my portrait, will your goddess curse you for blasphemy?
How could a portrait of a friend be blasphemy? If you truly want me to, I'd be glad to paint you.
Alright, let's head out to the market. I've got a bunch of stuff to dump on Wilson. Yeah, it's not really better than what I already have. Alright, now that I've got the equipment sorted out, time to go see what's been happening over here. Reynard! Hey, didn't I tell you to warn me if he showed up? Who's supposed to be on watch? Ah, well, it doesn't matter. The surprise is already ruined. As you can see, we're preparing a celebration. For you, for the Free Crusaders, and for anyone else who wants to come. There's no such thing as a bad celebration. I think so too. There are too many frightful things around. We need to remind everyone of what we live and fight for. But since you're here, I might as well ask. Which do you prefer, fireworks or cozy gatherings? I know most people enjoy both, but we're faced with a dilemma. The Havoc Dragons want to treat you to the most incredible fireworks show you've ever seen. Unfortunately, Veranalia Azadas dislike noise and explosions, and frankly, they're not very fond of Havoc Dragons either. Not at all. They love Havoc Dragons, but they are careful to express their admiration from a safe distance. Veranalia Azadas have rather different tastes. They enjoy calm, harmonious occasions, like celebrating the change of seasons. They can make a stony wasteland bloom in a single night, and festival tables will creak under the weight of the magical fruits that grow. As for Havoc Dragons, they like their parties so noisy and wild that even demons will flee to the safety of the abyss, weeping in fear. How did you get the idea for a celebration? We love you and love this crusade. You, your soldiers, and our fighters have performed so many heroic deeds that I say we deserve a celebration. Tell me more about Veranalia Azadas and Havoc Dragons. Veranalia Azadas sometimes grace harvest festivals with their presence. They are fair maidens of towering height, and their bodies are woven from flowering vines. They control the weather and the plant growth cycle. They even use the ashes of fallen enemies as fertilizer to bring forth new life. They are powerful allies who value life and strive for change and renewal in all things. Wild beasts and revels may draw Ivu's cousin, the Havoc Dragons. Noise and din always attract them. They also come from Elysium, and they enjoy boisterous fun and good cheer. They sometimes get so carried away they forget not to cause accidental harm, but such is the nature of some inhabitants of Elysium. Aranka, are you still angry about that dress? But those cute little green and yellow paint splotches really bring out the color of your eyes. I wouldn't call that accidental harm. I really wish someone would push me into a barrel of paint too. Maybe they could do it more than once. Let's see. Choice effects. Unlocks the Feast of Veranalia Azadas decree, allowing recruitment of Veranalia Azadas, spellcasters who can resurrect the fallen and remove curses. Unlocks the Play Day of Havoc Dragons, allowing recruitment of Havoc Dragons, chaotic spellcasters who unpredictably cast enchantments on friends and foes alike. Yeah, let's just have a wild party. Hooray! My cousins will join us! Quick, I need to make a list of things to boast about. Great, we'll sit by the blazing fire, tell jokes, drink strong mead, and laugh until we drop. And then we'll dance and do crazy things and play slightly dangerous games. And the next day we'll wake up with the mother of all hangovers, but we'll be happier than ever. You know, Reynard, I'm glad we can express our thanks for everything you do. The first toast will be in your honor. Right, I think the only thing left to do is bring those masks to the aimless ruins. Not sure where Captain Selkind is, though. Ooh, I wasn't sure I was gonna be able to do that. The demon pack was defeated. Its leader, huge, disgustingly fat and covered with accessories from head to toe, fought fiercely till the end, protecting his riches. I think I've seen that before. The colorless one's unholy spirit still lives within the gear crafted from its remains. Dark sorceries of demon worshippers can awaken this spirit and empower the relic. So you awaken the madness of the colorless one. The owner of this quiver can use it to shoot 20 units of ammunition per day. Whenever the wielder of this ammunition lands a first hit against a new enemy, the enemy must pass a will saving throw or suffer 2d4 ability damage to intelligence. Doesn't affect creatures with intelligence lower than 3 and become confused for 3 rounds. Or... I guess that one? A captured cultists sent a prayer to Jubilex, Lord of Poison and Ooze. This has awakened the colorless one's infamous qualities, rancor and terrible hunger within its remains. What is the balance in this game? Oh, is that where they are? Were, I suppose. But yeah, I guess this number here just means nothing. Oh, maybe that's where Captain Selkind went. Ah, damn it. Well, at least I got them all back. Once a druid shrine stood here. The stone pillars are covered with inscriptions that hide the secrets of Sarkorian magic. Demon-serving sorcerers tried to decipher all that knowledge, but the Crusaders stopped them from finishing their work. Having examined the shrine, the soldiers have found a little cache full of the druid's treasures. demons fought tooth and claw to the bitter end, trying to keep control over the bridge across the deep crevice. The Crusaders decided to seize this convenient strategic position. Alright, to the Nameless Ruins. The spider lair was ravaged by the Crusaders. Cobweb-covered altars of Descari were smashed with heavy sledgehammers. Amidst the stone shards, the soldiers discover several magical items that were hidden inside the altars. Bracers of armor +8, cloak of resistance +5.
Let me teach you a good Galarian song. You know, where I come from, there's a saying. If you want to understand a foreign people, learn their songs.
That is surprising. Yes, I'd like to try. Go on.
Alright, here we go. I'll finally figure out what's going on here. Alright, let's see. I am the void and the emptiness. I am the starting point. I am infinite. The circle, I think. I am the end of the road. I am superiority. I am loneliness. Probably the summit.
Here we go.
I am the unknown. I scare cowards but reveal my secrets to the brave. Well, the question, obviously. I am the impetus to act. I am a reason for torture and a cause for insomnia. Darkness. Right? Oh. Yeah, this one is probably darkness. And then this one is the question. There. Behold the truth. Open yourself to knowledge. Reveal yourself. The cold, indifferent voice fills the emptiness around you. It does not sound masculine or feminine. It does not beckon you forward or entice you with the promise of reward. It's merely formulating a problem that must be solved. Here I come, the greatest scientist of Galarian. Together with my loyal follower, we have solved the riddles of your statues. Now we wish to have a conversation with you, and maybe conduct a couple of experiments while we're at it. The absence of an answer is an answer too. That's not true. The absence of an answer just means you should keep searching. There must always be an answer. The Enigma knows the answers to all questions. Don't like it in here. This place. Feel the presence of something immense, terrible, and inescapably evil. The Enigma? I think I've heard of this place. Yes. The knowledge springs to your mind immediately, as if it were simply waiting for the right moment to appear. The Enigma is an abyssal plane. It is the abyssal plane of Ereshkigal. This mysterious demon lord is Lamashtu's daughter, the Keeper of Secrets. The entity that spoke to us knows all the answers. I must meet it at once. Who are you? You are met with silence, heavy, stifling, absolute silence. You strain to hear something, anything, that would break the oppressive, unbroken stillness. What is this place? Nania, where are we? Who is talking to us? The voice called this place the Enigma. I know of only one place that goes by that name. We are in the Abyss, in the abyssal realm of the most mysterious of all demon lords, the enigmatic Ereshkigal. But this changes nothing. I still want to talk to her. This place might be dangerous. Dangerous, just another obstacle on the way to knowledge. I have evaluated all the potential risks of this experiment. I will conduct it with or without you, though the first option is obviously preferable. Well then, let's continue forward. You have my full support, loyal follower. The darkness at the bottom of the spring exudes a calm blue glow. Ah, now what? What's this thing? Mithril Golem of Slaughter. Yep, that thing's immune to magic. Doesn't matter, apparently. Blue binding source.
I can handle it.
Is that vase locked?
This is my kind of work.
I sense something.
It doesn't look like there's anything else here. Well, here we go. More strangers. Oh, I didn't know we'd be attacking them. Oh well. Areshkagal cultists. Nice. Behold the truth. Open yourself to knowledge. Reveal yourself. Who are you? I am a Galarian. That is the mask you wear to hide the truth about yourself. Tear the mask off and let it fall at my feet. Who are you? I am the commander of the Fifth Crusade. That is a mask you wear to hide the truth about yourself. Tear the mask off and let it fall at my feet. Who are you? I am Reynard. That is a mask you wear to hide the truth about yourself. Tear the mask off and let it fall at my feet. Who are you? This is definitely a riddle, and it is one of the most sophisticated riddles I've ever heard. What happens if you deprive someone of their name and identity? If you take away their past and present? Oh, I have the answer. From my point of view, all of you boys and girls look the same. Your names, your gender, they're all just words to me. When your identity is stripped away, you become nothing. The correct answer is nothing. I am nothing. The mask has been removed. The hidden truth has been revealed. Ignorance is now knowledge. You are nothing.
Here comes trouble. I got this.
Let's see. Immunities: mind affecting, fear, compulsion, emotion, poison, disease, charm, daze, stun, death, sleep, ability score, damage, drain. Negative: electricity, dominate person, dominate monster, charming, smile, charm whatever, dominate animal, dominate monster, dominate person, magic missile, force strike. Domination: nauseated, fatigued, sickened, prone.
I will resist! Mind affecting, fear, emotion, negative emotion. Yeah, that's not gonna work here. Nice. Prepare yourself!
When did that happen?
This spell's faulty. No, really.
Смотрите.
Ah. Oh, that's why.
Pretty good, aren't I?
Can't make the demons wait.
Cover me, all right? Might be trap, might be treasure. This is my kind of work.
Alright.
What's going on here?
Well, Jiff, get out of here. I can't see. Ah. Gotta do it all in one go? Well. Well, anyway. I've been here long enough. I think I'll leave it there for now. So, thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you all again some other time.